Now coming to the next topic, that is rapid prototype systems. Now the rapid prototype system are hardware design representation of the design. So what they are trying to say is that is a hardware design. You can say that you're burning that thing in FPGA. The key to successful rapid prototyping is to realize the prototype quickly. Some approaches include emulation and reconfigurable and application specific prototype systems. So they are telling some of these techniques, very similar techniques that are similar to rapid prototype systems are. First is emulation and reconfigurable and application specific prototypes. So in emulation, the target design is mapped into the reconfigurable platform built from the array processor or FPGA device. So they are telling that your target design, your RTL, so you have to map that thing to the FPGA device, that you have to burn that thing in FPGA device. Now the prototyping systems are discussed more detail in this section. So now they are talking more about this rapid prototyping. So these are the blocks which will come in rapid prototyping environment. The processor is represented by a bonded out chip that interface with the source level debugger through ICE and the peripheral through processor bus. So they are telling that this is source level debugger. Okay, so your processor will interact with this with the help of ICE, in-circuit emulator. Okay, so there is in-circuit emulator that will act as an interface between processor and source level debuggers, and processor will communicate to the peripheral with the help of the system bus. So here one system bus is there. So the peripherals are represented with either real chip or implemented in the FPGA. So either you will bring a real ASIC here, or you burn that thing in FPGA and use it. So some of the features of real rapid prototype environments are: first is application. So can configure a wide variety of application for a selected domain. Okay, so you can configure means liberty in configuring the range of application. Okay, for example, a platform based on an ARM processor can be used for control operation in cell phones or Bluetooth device in the wireless application domain. So they are taking one example of Bluetooth device and for wireless application. Okay, so processor will control the operation. Okay, like any operation pertaining to any protocol is taken care by processor. Performance: the performance obtainable is significant higher than the achievable with software simulators. So your performance should be very high. Like software simulator will can't tell you the performance. Okay, so that you can find in real environment. So that is what they are trying to say. It may be possible to run the RPS at real time speed for some application. So what they are trying to say is when you are doing rapid prototyping, so you can find the real speed of your hardware. Okay, now coming to AMS devices. It supports the integration of analog mixed signal modules such as analog to digital, digital to analog converter, and radio frequency modules. So some of the AMS means analog and mixed signal devices also you can integrate and you can verify. Coming to ECO, that is engineering change order. So if you are having some minor problems in your design even after fabrication, so you can verify, means you can debug those things with the help of programmable devices. Coming to the last point, that is software. Software developed for the prototype can be used for final product integration with few or no modification. Like when you are doing rapid prototyping, in that case you have to bring up the software, right, in order to check your hardware. So this doesn't mean that software is waste after debugging. Even after real silicon, means even after fabricating your chip in real silicon, you have to use that software in order to debug the device. Coming to the limitations. So what all the limitations are there in rapid prototyping? So first is design partitioning. Partitioning the design into multiple FPGA can be major challenge because of the limitation of maximum number of pins available in the FPGA. So they are telling that design partitioning is a problem because in FPGA we are having only selected number of pins, means limited number of pins. So when you are partitioning, so it will take significant amount of time, and it will increase the project schedule also. It will your project schedule is getting delayed. Okay, Plug-in module. In the case where plug-in modules are not available, they must be developed, which take a significant time and should be incorporated in the overall project schedule. So some plug-in modules are not available in your system. So in that case, what you have to do, you have to manually develop those things. So it will also take time. So it is time-consuming process. So design modification. So the design's RTL code might need to be modified to fit the design into FPGA efficiently. We know that limitation of FPGA is like you say that limited number of gates are there. So if your RTL exceeds some certain number of gates, so you cannot burn that thing in your FPGA. So you have to modify the RTL and you have to reduce the number of gates. Now interconnect delays. We know that logic inside the FPGA is totally fixed.